Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland.
And what are you doing here?
I'm sitting on the Garn train. What are you doing here?
Well, we're talking to you sitting on the ground train. Can we come in?
Yeah, come in.
And then we don't have this problem of me crouching.
Where we live in the southwest of Scotland in a rural part. They say that Perth's the back end of Australia, then where we live is the back end of Scotland. It's as close to Ireland as you can get without your feet getting wet.
A small community?
About 10,000. But it's a ferry port for Ireland. There's a lot of traffic through. We've been there for 30 odd years. In fact, we went there after our marriage, at which our best man helped us through it, and he's now living in Fremantle, which is why we went there.
To visit your best man?
That's right.
And you've lived in this community for 30 years. What do you do there?
I'm a solicitor.
And do you
That's usually a conversation stopper.
I stopped immediately on hearing that. How long have you been married?
33 years.
That's
No, that was quick.
Yes, yes. Well, we were young.
You were young.
We met at
You're
university.
still young.
We met at university in Edinburgh.
Yes? How exactly? You were studying?
I was studying languages,
Yes.
and he was studying law.
And how did you meet?
At 21st birthday party.
We did. Yes.
At whose 21st?
As a friend.
A friend. That's what brought Gordon and myself and our best man together.
Because
we
we
were
all met
three at
there.
this 21st.
Do you remember it?
Vividly.
Like
well.
yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, we do. All three of us do.
Wait.
Particularly he and I. We were just looking for fun.
Yes.
Mm.
And no doubt so were you. Were you both from Edinburgh?
No, I was born in Glasgow, and Gordon was born in Calcutta.
Why? How did that come about?
Well, I have to take you back to the 1920s in Britain. They were hard times, and my paternal grandmother had 5 sons, each of whom felt it necessary to go abroad to get a job, and my father was one of them, of course. 4 went to Africa and 1 went to India. And there I was born and left just as the Japanese were coming round the corner from Burma, and Calcutta was the first place of substance that they were expected to visit. So I got out of there.
At what age were you then?
5.
So you were pretty independent to have made these decisions at 5.
No, my father brought me home.
And mother?
She was dead by that time, sadly.
How old were you when she died?
3.
Do you remember her at all?
Oh, just very vaguely.
Was she sick?
She had cancer.
Tell us about this trip. A bit more about this trip.
Okay, well, we've done 2 trips of substance. We went to India.
Calcutta?
Curiously,
Yes,
we
we
did.
did.
We spent one night there. Which
Was that, you know, what I'm going to get, was that a revisit?
It was a pilgrimage of mine. I'd never been back. And one of the things I'd never done was to visit my mother's grave, which I thought I had a filial duty to do once anyway.
How did it feel?
Odd.
That was your first time, and in
First
effect,
time.
it was your first time as an adult. Of course.
It
That's right.
was.
So the impact that Calcutta had on you came from what, the proximity of rich and poor, or
Oh, the trappings of the rich are
Yes.
unimaginable. And you look at the lepers, and you look at the limbless, you look at the beggars, you look at the... Somehow or another, you don't relate. They are they. That's the way they live. Their religion says to them, you resign yourselves, but not as ciphers, to the level that you live at, and perhaps in the next life you will be one up the ladder. So, and if you don't, then you will be one of the untouchables. India is the kind of country, and I felt that if I had gone there alone, not married, and nothing to go back, well, maybe family to go back to, but all other things being equal, I probably would never have come home.
It had a strange effect on you.
It did. I just felt that was my country.
but did you feel that instantly?
Instantly. And the curious thing is that because, of course, we went there because of my husband, and his visit was so tied up with a lot of emotions. When we came away, I just kept saying, now, when are we getting back? You know, when are we getting back to this country? And he was saying, I'll never go back. I'll never go back. It took so much out of him.
Yeah, you don't ever want to go back, and you do. This has set up some sort of a problem here.
No. What's the problem? We'll go back.
I see.
Are you married?
I am. I understand your position.
My name's Adrian. My wife Nancy. We've been married 30 years, and this is a great celebration for both of us.
Is this your anniversary today?
No. Our anniversary was several weeks ago, but as a surprise, I organised this for both of us because Nancy wanted to come here for our honeymoon 30 years ago, and I said no, but I've finally relented.
It's taken her 30 years to convince you.
I knew it was just something that we both wanted to do at any rate, so I said, well, look, you know, I'm keen for you to organise something, but leave the dates open because I didn't know when I'd be able to get away from work, and really I shouldn't be here now, but I am, or we are. Yes.
And when did you let on? When did you tell Nancy that this was happening?
On the actual day of our anniversary, we had a function at home, and just prior to going out, I think. Yes. We had
how did you tell her?
Well, I just sort of brought up as a matter of fact, and I showed her I brought out and I said, I got a bit of paper as a bit of something for you to have a look at, Nance, and there's a few people who'd like to see the expression on your face when you open it.
Are you going to have a special dinner tonight on the train with champagne and stuff?
Well, we sort of hadn't planned the champagne.
No, but I've mentioned it.
I think the TV should supply the champagne.
Oh, thanks a lot. This isn't American television. We don't have the budget.
Sorry about that, but don't you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, you don't work for a television in America, do you? I think you have to have champagne.
Oh,
it's appropriate that we celebrate.
And then watch the stars.
Yes, that's right.
Is it what you expected?
Yes, I think so. Yes, I'll tell you tomorrow morning, maybe.
All right, we'll be around. What?
Well,
Be nice.
I didn't mean that.
It's nice to know it occurred to you after 30 years.
Well, I got proposition before we even left the station.
By your husband.
Oh, there's my husband.
How many sides to him are there?
Oh, a few. Yeah, I work for him too, you see, so I know there's another side to him as well.
You worked for him at the beginning?
No, now I work for him.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Yeah.
What do you do? What does he do? What do you do?
We're civil engineering contractors, and we build roads, car
Well, that
parks.
explains why you've got that pen in your pocket.
That's right.
I've never gone anywhere without
He's already
roads.
signed a contract.
Yes.
And it's your own business?
Yes, it is.
And so
yes.
you pay Nancy well?
Midwestern game.
I pay her probably more in kind, but she's rewarded okay.
Do you accept this as this?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You've just had a VB.
Yes?
Was that your first of today?
No, my second.
Your second? That's not bad. And you're in relaxed mode now?
Getting that way.
You're getting that way.
Yes, yeah, you
Not
know, I
yet.
had a few nasty phone calls
Did you?
from Adelaide before we left with trying to sort out a few little uglies.
Work uglies?
Yes, yeah.
Are they sorted out?
Well, they are for today. Tomorrow there'll be something new.
You're not carrying a mobile phone, are you?
Yes, it's in my bag.
So what's the other side of Adrian? The boss?
The boss, the stress head. But I cope with it. Comes in with horns growing out of his head sometimes.
With frustration and anger
Yes,
and
frustration and anger.
Mostly-
Nothing goes right. People don't do what you tell
Yes,
them to do, and
yes.
they need the boss there all the time to
Yes.
make sure things happen right. Isn't that what
It's
it is?
probably because I've structured it wrongly. You know, they lean on me because they know that I'm the decision maker, and that's where I've got to change things. I've got to restructure the whole company.
When you get frustrated and angry, how do you get rid of it? What do? Do you yell and shout? And
No. I'll have a cold ale. And then
sounds
look
much more productive. Helps the economy along.
There's here. Yeah.
You're very thoughtful, Adrian. thoughtful thing to do.
Well, I like to work a problem through rather
Yeah.
than bulldoze my way through it.
Right. Why are you going to Alice by train instead of flying?
Well, we drove down from Darwin, and in Darwin, as you know, we got no road speeds up there, and our car is sitting on the back, and we did not fancy driving back at 110 kilometres an hour.
Too slow for you.
Too slow for us. Plus the fact we always wanted to go on again.
Have you done this before?
No, we have not.
So it's a bit of an adventure experience thing.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
An Agatha Christie thing.
Yeah?
Yes.
God.
Murder on the Ghan rather than murder on
What
the
have you
Own.
got in mind?
We'll wait till the lights go out.
This guy. We're
This
gonna,
guy.
We're gonna bump him off.
Do you know him?
He's our
Oh,
son.
yes, we're
No,
related
but
to
do you know him? Here's your son. What's his name?
Brett.
Brett. Hi, Brett. And your name?
Mary.
Mary.
Frank.
Frank. What sort of things do you do for fun?
Oh, travel on trains when we get
Feel free.
opportunity.
And I can see what was going through your mind. It's all right, it's prime time.
I guess we live in Darwin, and Darwin is a very Asiatic country with a lot of Asiatic town with a lot of nice restaurants, and one of our specialties is dining out,
As opposed to cooking.
as opposed to cooking. It's too hot to cook up there.
Are you both from Darwin?
No,
originally?
we originate from Queensland. Been in Darwin 11 years.
What took you there?
I was offered a job up there in 1984, and we went up there to stay for 2 years, and same old story, once you go to Darwin you don't leave. We've
No,
been
is
there
that right?
since 84 now, yes.
When you came from Brisbane, you were obviously already a family with Brett.
Two boys.
Where's the other boy?
He works at the Range Uranium Mine in Kakadu National Park.
That's politically unacceptable at the present time. They've been banning shipments of
Uranium out of the
Uranium out
Northern
of-
Territory.
Well, I'm sure that he's doing a good job there.
He does, yeah.
And you don't see him very much?
He's an apprentice out there. He's into his 4th year apprenticeship,
Right.
and no, we don't see him all that much.
Are you both from
Queensland,
that area?
yes, yes.
You met up in a little
Yes. Country
nightclub
town?
somewhere?
No, country town.
Yeah, same country town.
No, well, yeah, very similar country town. Yeah.
Not the same.
No, no.
Come from different places.
We met in a small country town in southwestern Queensland.
Yeah.
But Frank
How?
came from central western Queensland, and I came from southwestern
And you
Queensland.
came together in this.
You
little-
don't
Yes,
want
yes.
to know
I do want to
how.
know.
You don't want to know how.
Desperately.
I was a really obnoxious teenage student who decided she was going to disrupt a Western
You wouldn't
country
believe-
and Western concert.
If you really want to know, it was the Chad Morgan show
All right.
in a town called Roma in central Queensland.
And you were going to disrupt it.
Yeah, so we got a group of girlfriends, and
Yeah.
we staged a Beatles type screaming match.
The Chad Morgan show.
Well, it got you some attention.
It got us thrown out.
That doesn't explain how you met Frank.
It was at the Chad Morgan show.
He was actually there watching it, which is a bit of a worry.
Yeah. But it's still a worry?
No, he doesn't watch him anymore.
No, but how did you meet up? I mean, you got thrown out and he didn't.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well,
Come on, don't. Look, it's all
it's a
right.
t-
It's all right. You don't want to know the rest.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it was a typical boy meets girl situation where you both go single and come back as a double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you follow them to where they were thrown out, or did you meet up
No,
after?
not at all. It's well, I guess you going back in that era, you went from the show to the local milk bar, and that's where we sort of got to know each other at the local milk bar.
I see.
Now you realise this is hanging me. I've been telling him for years how obnoxious he is as a teenager, and he's now finally discovered where he got it from.
Well, let's find out what Brett thinks about Mum. Here we go. Now that you know the truth about Mum,
Yeah.
does it change your attitude at all?
No, not at all.
How old are you?
17.
17. How old were you when this episode took place?
17.
Same age, you see? Look at that. You like each other still?
Well, after 27 years, I guess there must be something there.
What's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. Where are you from?
Taylor Bend.
Where's that?
Near Murray Bridge.
Where's that? A state. Give me a state. Narrow.
South Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see you're sort of a local around Adelaide. Near Adelaide.
About 100 kilometres from Adelaide. Yeah.
And what are you doing escaping out of Adelaide?
Just going for a holiday with my other half. Yeah. So,
Who's your other half?
John.
And where is he?
He's sleeping at the moment. He's not very well. So,
Isn't he?
yeah,
Oh, that's no good.
No. So.
You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's not something you ate, is it?
No, he's got cancer, so he's we're just sort of having a holiday and
It's no good.
Yeah, no.
Where? Cancer of?
He had a tumour in his spine, so yeah.
Sudden? I mean, did it suddenly came up?
Yeah, very. So he lost the use of his legs, and they told him he'd never walk again. But yeah, he's got that back. And
How long ago was that?
back in May. Yeah, in May.
That's only a few months ago.
Yeah. They operated and they can't do much more for him now. So yeah.
How old is he?
39. He just sort of thought he had a bad back, and next thing he knows, they diagnosed a tumour and removed what they could of it, and had to leave the rest behind. But it's got into his bone marrow now, so yeah. My other half used to be a jockey, so we used to travel a fair bit to the races, and that's one of the reasons we're going to Alice Springs, to watch the races on Melbourne Cup Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And did you meet in the stables?
Yeah, well, I used to work for a trainer in Adelaide and work with his brother, and yeah, we met through his brother, and we've been together about 8 years now, so yeah.
Children?
Yeah. No children, no.
Did you plan to? Are you planning to?
No.
Was that a decision at the beginning?
Having chemotherapy and that sort of mucks it around a bit, so he's
now?
Yeah, now.
But I mean, originally, did you?
Yeah, one day we were going to.
Were you?
Yes, yeah.
And how's John coping with it?
Really well, surprising. Yeah, really, because I think it was me, I'd be totally out of control, but he's accepted it.
And you?
No, I can't accept it.
It's hard.
Yeah,
but what's
hard.
the prognosis? I mean, now that things have...
Well, they can't do anything more for him. He's still having chemotherapy tablets and that, but that's just to prolong it a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he'll just make the most of what time he's got left, but he's still determined to beat it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He actually got back on a horse for the first time last week, considering they told him he'd never walk again. He's determined to get back on a horse, and he did.
He obviously has a very positive attitude.
Oh, he does. Yes, he's determined. He's not going to let it beat him at all. Yeah.
He's going to ride again.
He's going to, yes. Yep.
Did he actually? Was he still racing? Was he still riding?
No, he'd given up riding to become a trainer.
Yeah. But he still rides.
As
a trainer, he was still
he was still riding his own track work.
Yes.
Until he got sick, and so he's determined he's going to get back there again.
What can you do? How do you support?
I'm just there for him whenever he needs me. Do what I can for him.
What about your family? Have they?
Well, his stepfather's dying at the moment of cancer as well, and that's pretty hard on him and his mum, because she's got two of them, going through the same thing. But he's determined he's not going to let it beat him.
But it's not in the family.
No.
So it's just unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah, just very unfortunate.
Stepfather.
Yeah.
And has he been ill for a long time?
Well, he only found out after John did, that he had a bit of a chest pain, and he went and they did a biopsy, and he was absolutely riddled with it. So.
Gee, John's mum would be in...
she's a bit of a mess still, because she's sort of having to cope with looking after her husband and worrying about John at the same time.
Maybe later on we'll meet John.
Yeah, when he gets up for tea.
Yeah. Say hello.
Yeah, for sure.
Show you the purpose of my trips, actually.
Hello. My name's Andrew.
I'm Charlie. Ray. Gans.
Hi. Who's with who?
Well, that's my daughter. That's her husband.
Yeah.
So we're all with
Right, you're all together.
Yes.
Now you've been on this train before.
Oh, this is about the 20th trip.
Is this a bad habit you got into and you can't get off?
A good habit. A very good habit.
Why? Tell me why.
I've got a son with a caravan park up north, and I go up and help him to help people find gemstones.
What do you mean find gemstones?
Well, the gems field is very close to the caravan park.
Yes.
We actually take people out there, hire the equipment to them, take them out there and show them where to dig and what to look for.
You like train travel?
Oh, yes.
So you're not just using it as getting from A to B?
A bit of both. My car is on the back of this train.
Uh-huh.
And rather than drive all the way up there, it's a long way. I have done it by car, but it's a long way. And
Where is it exactly?
My car?
No.
No.
Now, when you say 20 times you've done this trip, how often do you do it? I mean, over what span of time is that?
About the last 5 or 6 years. I went down 5 weeks ago, I went home.
Yes.
I'm coming back now so that he can go and have a holiday.
And
I've
you're
got
gonna-
2 assistants with me.
Right. So this is your brother we're talking about?
That's right, yes.
Can I ask you, how old are you?
Nearly 76.
Right. You're very active.
Reasonably so,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Let me ask a silly question. What's the secret?
Secret? Oh, I don't know. It's
Being active.
being active. I think that's the main thing.
You don't...
Having an interest in life.
Yes.
And this is a
Nothing to
very
do
good
with
interest.
food or drink or wine or cigarettes?
Well,
or...
I do have a drink now and again, but not a lot.
Where do you actually
Adelaide.
live?
Adelaide.
In Adelaide City?
Yes. I'm in a retirement village at South Plympton.
Why are you in a retirement village?
I've left on my own 6 years ago. And I
Is it
think-
easier for you that?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't look and behave like a person who lives in a retirement village.
I'm not ready for down
No,
there yet.
no, obviously not, no.
They tried to put me down there 50 odd years ago.
Yeah, how?
Oh, a Japanese sniper got me.
Did he?
Up in New Guinea.
Really?
But I got over that too.
He wasn't very accurate, obviously.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he was accurate enough because he hit me
Where did you get shot?
in the middle at Gona.
Yeah?
Mm.
It would have been close call then.
Yes, yes, very
They
much.
left him under a tree.
Yeah?
Wasn't worth stretcher bearers. Wasn't worth having stretcher
They
bearers. shouldn't it?
figured that was a waste of their effort.
Yep.
So how did you survive?
Oh, I was healthy. I was fit.
Mm-hmm.
Very fit in those days too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And how did you get help eventually?
Oh, stretcher bearers took me out and
Made them an offer they couldn't refuse to take you out?
He came back a couple of days later and found he's still alive.
Yes.
So they had to do something.
Had to do
about it.
something.
Right. And what did you do after the war? What sort of...
I worked on the railways.
Yeah?
Yes, I worked.
That explains why you like trains, I suppose.
Well, one thing, yes.
You didn't work on this railway, did you?
I worked with the South Australian Railways.
Yeah.
But wasn't able to do heavy work. I was on the clerical side. In fact, we
Yeah.
were all on the clerical side, the three of us.
In railways?
Yes.
Well, this is a railway family.
Yes.
Plus the other daughter that saw us off today.
She's in the railways too.
She
And
was in
Sam
the railways.
was.
Yeah, Graham
Yeah,
was too.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I gather what you said earlier refers to your wife passing away 6 years
Yes.
ago?
Yeah.
And you'd been, this is the only marriage you've had?
Oh yes.
A long...
Yes, it was when we were married. When I came back from the Middle East, between the Middle East and New Guinea, 1942.
Right.
Yes.
That initially would have been pretty difficult for you.
Well, it was, but I had family to help me.
And you got over it, okay. But
Aye.
is that when you moved into the...
Yes.
In the 20 times that you've made this trip, has it changed much?
Yes, the first time I did it was actually on the old GAN. And
Steam engine?
The old steam engine, and that's when they went up through Marie, had to change trains at Port Augusta, change trains at Marie, get into Alice Springs. I had the car and caravan on that one as well. We got into Alice Springs about 7 o'clock in the morning, freezing cold in June or July, and our caravan and car didn't get there until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you had to hang around waiting for that. That was a very good trip, all the same. It took 2 nights on that, whereas this one, 20 hours, you say.
Hi, John. Andrew.
Andrew,
Greg.
Great, there you go.
You had a good sleep?
Yes, yeah. Right.
Michelle was telling us you got a bit of a nasty surprise earlier this year.
Yeah, had a bit of a bad year. Yeah.
But you're going to get through it. You've been riding already.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm fighting. I'm not ready to go yet.
I get it.
No, not ready to go. I ain't gonna go yet. I just keep going every day and do what I want to do. And like Michelle would have said, like we've got another horse, so
Yeah.
and it keeps me going.
You've been around horses all your life.
Yeah, I started my apprenticeship when I was 13 to a bloke called Graham Hackney in Adelaide. He was a top trainer in Adelaide then. Same time as Cummins was in Adelaide and all that, so you can go for a while. Yeah,
And you're going to a fair while to go yet.
that's for sure. Don't worry about that. I ain't going yet. They said to me I'd be dead. They said I'd never walk again. And I said, no way. Won't believe you. So I do it myself.
They said that you wouldn't walk, but you've already walked and you've been on horses.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you can you ride regularly?
I'm starting to get into that now, yeah.
Yep.
It's my determination to get ride my own horse track work again. That's my determination.
And is that every day? Would you have to do that every day?
Yeah, yeah. I have too much to do. I got my horses to do, my missus to think about. I still want to keep living.
And you won't allow yourself to be sick?
Nah. Why give up? But it doesn't matter what sort of drugs they give you, it's up here, it's not what they give you.
Yeah.
It's up in your own mind, to keep going.